Hi my angels, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a very long time since I last uploaded, but I'm back with a get ready with me. This is from day to night, so if you would like to see how I got this look with a different style of editing, then please keep watching. So first of all, I'm starting off with using my Kiehl's SPF. I'm putting this all over my face because I want to obviously protect my skin from the sun. And one thing I have done quite differently in this get ready with me is I've left pretty much every single clip in here, so let me know if you like this style of editing for get ready with me's, because it shows you exactly all the steps that I did whilst I was getting ready. So yeah, here I'm quickly applying some lip balm, and then I'm taking my Kiehl's Youth Dose eye treatment, which I'm loving at the moment. It's an eye cream and I'm popping that on underneath my eyes, and it's got a slight kind of color to it, so it just helps really brighten that area, and I just love wearing this even on like makeup free days. And then moving on to moisturizer, I'm taking the Sunday Riley Tidal moisturizer. I've heard so many amazing things about this that I had to pick this up. So I've been using this for quite a while now, and I do really like it. It's really beautiful under the base. So here you can just see me kind of everything speeding up, so you can see exactly how I basically put every single product onto my face. And grabbing my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, I'm using this as a primer, which I've been doing a heck of a lot of my channel. It's honestly the best tip to help your makeup last longer. So I sprayed that all over my face, and then took my by Terry CC serum. This is in the shade Sunny Flash. It just adds a really nice bronzy glow to my skin. I popped that on all over my face before going in with a concoction of my foundations. So I'm taking a mixture of the Urban Decay All Nighter mixed in with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, and also a teeny tiny bit of the Kiehl's Glow formula, because I just love the way this kind of makes the whole like mixture really light on my skin. It doesn't add like the heaviness, and I'm just putting this all over my face with my damp beauty blender, and here you can really see me work this into the skin. I love spending extra time on my skin, because if my skin is looking and feeling good, then like I can do pretty much anything else with the rest of my makeup, and I can kind of be happy and just kind of let it go like that. So here you can see me kind of really working it in, and then using the big flat side to kind of soak up any excess product that's on my face. So that's what I'm doing here with the kind of long end. And now taking my Eraser Eye Concealer from Maybelline. This is in the shade Neutraliser. Love this shade because it has a bit of a yellow undertone, so it really helps brighten that area furthermore. And I'm taking this underneath my eyes and the usual areas, so just a little bit on my forehead and my chin, and then also some Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and just adding 3 tiny little dots underneath my eyes just to help brighten that a little bit more. I love a bright under eye, so if you guys don't like it this bright, you don't have to use like super brightening shades, but for me personally, I just love doing my concealer this way. So again, just making sure everything is really nice and blended out, and you can see me just kind of working that into the skin as well. And for setting this area, I took my Huda Beauty setting powder. I believe this is in the shade Pound Cake, and I'm just very gently pushing some of that product into my under eye area, and also the other places where we applied the concealer. I'm not baking, I'm literally just taking a little bit of product and just setting those areas in place. And then I did go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder just to add a little bit more of like coverage in there as well, and I use really like thin layers of it, so it's not going to look really heavy and cakey on the skin, because I do not like that look. Then taking my All Nighter setting spray again and popping that all over my face, and this is just going to sandwich all of that base makeup into place. And I'm also pressing this into place as well a little bit more with my beauty blender. This is just going to help it dry a little bit faster and just kind of get really soaked into the skin a little bit faster as well. But I love looking into like a mirror, like a small mirror, just so that I can see exactly how my makeup's looking like. For bronzer, I'm taking my L'Oreal Back to Bronze bronzer. I don't know whether this was like a limited edition bronzer, but I love the tone of this bronzer. It is almost exactly like my Hoola bronzer. It's so nice. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, and it just adds a perfect amount of shadow and glow to the skin. So I'm just getting that on to the usual areas that I like. So that's kind of like on the perimeters of my face. But then to add a teeny weeny bit of contour, I'm taking my Kevyn Aucoin contour powder. This is in the shade Medium, and I'm just adding that to the real kind of back end of my cheekbone, so the bit kind of nearest to my ear, just to add a little bit of shadow in there, and then just kind of whatever's left on the brush, going over all those areas. Then taking the pointy end of my beauty blender, which I use to blend out my concealer, I'm just taking that same end and just kind of cleaning that area up without having to put extra product onto my face. So that's a really good tip that you can use if you want to just clean anything up. For blush, I'm taking this MAC blush. I haven't been able to stop putting this down. This is in the shade Sweet Enough. It's such a beautiful shade. I feel like it's such a beautiful like summery like spring shade, but I definitely need to transition out of this one into something a little bit more like deeper for the autumn months coming up. For highlighter, I use the Anastasia and Amrezy collab highlighter. As you can see, it is so intense. I always like forget how intense it is, and I always try and make sure I don't put too much on my cheekbones, but I just love the tone of this. It's really nice and like not too gold, not too silver. I'm just very quickly contouring my nose. I'm using a kind of baby Huda brush that I got in like a travel sized blush box from Benefit, and I love how this just sits and fits really nicely on my nose, and then just blending those lines out very, very quickly with my beauty blender as well before going in and highlighting the bridge of my nose. And I love doing like the middle and like top part of my nose because I feel like that is super, super flattering. You can easily go overboard with this highlight because it is so pigmented, so I'm just going over my cheeks with my blush again just to kind of tone that up a little bit, just so that the highlight isn't too intense. And then to kind of just make sure the highlight is really nice and melted into the skin, I'm taking my Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist and spraying that onto the top parts. And this just adds a little bit of an extra kind of like oiliness to the skin almost, but it just helps everything look really, really melted into the skin. It just makes everything look really nice and fresh. And here's a little bit of a close-up so you guys can see exactly what my skin is looking like. My brows, I use Goof Proof Brow Pencil from Benefit in the shade number 4, and then the Legendary Brows by Charlotte Tilbury, and the Lash Sensational mascara from Maybelline before going onto lips. I use this Revlon lip liner, which is actually really good. I love a good retractable pencil lip liner because it just means you don't have to worry about packing any pencil sharpeners with you. So I'm just taking that first, and for my lipstick concoction, I went in with this soft matte lip cream first. This is in the shade Abu Dhabi, one of my favorite shades. It's such a beautiful like nude brown. This is like the perfect nude brown you could ever want, and I wanted to go a little bit more nude for the daytime look, so I went over the top with this shade, which is called Cape Town, and this kind of made it into a very slight nude version of the first shade. And I really love the way that this turned out because it really complemented my outfit, and it just went with the whole like fresh makeup look as well. Very quickly, I am taking my Infallible Gel Waterproof Eyeliner and running that along my top lash line. And this is just going to help the lashes, of course, look really nice and thick. And I swear to God, I need to get a new one because I've been using these like crazy. Very quickly, I am just going over my hair and just straightening the kind of front sections because I straightened my hair the night before just to save time in the morning. That's one thing that I always do when I know I have an event the next day. Try and get my hair done the night before. For lashes, I went in with these Tarte lashes here in the style 6, I believe. They are so stunning. And for my perfume, I'm wearing the Black Opium. I love this. I also make sure I spray a good amount of this into my hair as well because I love having my hair smell the same as my perfume. Does anyone else do that, or is it just me? Then for my deodorant, I am using Sure Maximum Protection. Still, this is like hands down my favorite deodorant. It's honestly the best, especially for like really hot days. And these are my earrings that I went with. I got these from a random shop in the markets in Mumbai, and I love them. It's probably my one only like kind of silver pair that I love wearing. Oh, there we go. Dropped something on the floor as always. This is my favorite silver pair that I love wearing. And this, you guys, is the final look that I went for in the daytime. This is my beautiful outfit from Elan. Such a stunning outfit. I'm so glad with the way that my makeup turned out in the morning because I wanted something really like daytime appropriate, something really fresh. This is kind of like my go-to daytime makeup look as it is because I love leaving eyeshadow and things like that for like more like party stuff. And seeing as this was the kind of registry part of the wedding, I wanted to go for something really simple and fresh. So this is the final makeup look, and then we are going to just move straight on to the evening portion. So I actually took a bit of a nap. I took my eyelashes off and went for a really strategic nap, and we're going to move straight onto eyes. I'm using this color first and putting it into the crease. And here you'll be able to see exactly how I build up the crease. I do it very slowly, and I just do it in like sections, just so that I'm happy with the final result. And I try not to apply like too much product in one go, because it's hard to then remove that. So I always go, let's take small steps, and just keep blending. And I love these shadows because these photograph so incredibly well. Then to deepen that up a little bit more, I'm taking this shade and I'm adding that onto the outer corners of my eyes. This is just going to add a little bit of dimension to the whole look. We are going to layer a black on top a little bit later on, but this we're just doing kind of the base work, just so that we've got the eye looking exactly how I want it to before we go in with the glitter and all of that. Then I'm taking this color right here and putting that back into the crease, just to make sure everything is nice and blended and everything's looking really nice and married together. Next step is to take this shade right here, and we're going to start applying that shimmer onto the eyes. So I'm very slowly getting this onto the eyes. What I love about these shimmery shades in this palette from Charlotte Tilbury is that you can really add like a thin layer of it, or you can go to town and kind of get that really intense. But I did want to go and add a glitter. I used this shade right here, which is so stunning. When I swatched it, I knew I had to get it on my eyes. So I'm applying that on top of that shimmer. The shimmer is just going to add as a base, and this is just going to add that extra sparkle on top. I did put some NYX glitter glue underneath beforehand, just to make that stick really nicely. And then I'm taking the black and I am getting that onto the outer corner. I think I did actually switch to another black, because this black is quite creamy and I wanted something really super intense. I think it was a Bobbi Brown palette that I switched to in the end, which you can see right here. Or actually, it wasn't Bobbi Brown, it was my Naked Basics palette from Urban Decay. And here I'm just kind of blending and adding and just making sure that I'm happy with the final result. I didn't really know that I was going to end up going this kind of black and smoky, but I really liked the end result. Taking my Lash Sensational mascara, I'm getting that onto the top of my lashes. Just getting another quick coat, because I always find whenever I take my lashes off and then I want to add them again, I've got to give my like natural lashes a bit something extra for the lash band to stick onto. So that's what I'm doing there. And I'm taking the same concoction of foundations that I used earlier on in the day and just applying that to like my chin area and my T-zone area. Not really too much on my contour or anything like that, but this is just going to add a little bit extra coverage for the evening party reception look. And doing the same with the concealer. I'm just taking a bit of my Maybelline Eraser Eye and just blending that in place. I just basically wanted to kind of define the nose contour a little bit more, so I just concentrated it in that area, and then setting it all in place using my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. And I literally just dab my brush in there like once. I don't swirl it or anything, I just use really thin layers. And again, going in with the same bronzer. I tried to keep everything very similar, especially on the base, all the same colors, all the same products, just so that all my makeup looks really nice and like meshed into the skin, rather than using like different products and different colors on top. So try to keep everything the same. Sorry, that's me just chatting away. But I wanted to look extra bronze. I did go a little bit heavier with the bronzer for the nighttime look. Again, using the same blush onto my cheeks, and I love stamping this on because I feel like it just lasts so much better and looks so much better as well on the skin once I kind of like really stamp it in there. And again, then I'm going to use the same highlight as always. I'm taking the Amrezy and ABH collab palette product highlighter and getting that onto my cheeks as well. This time I went in with a very light hand because in the morning I did go a little bit OTT with the highlight. And I didn't want it to be overpowering because obviously the eyes are quite glittery. So I made sure that it was not as intense as the daytime. I have no idea what I'm talking about there, but I'm just going to carry on finishing the highlight portion off. And also not forgetting to add that onto my brow bone as well, just so everything is nice and kind of like meshed in together. Taking these two shades and I'm applying them to the lash line, and this is just going to make that look really nice and smoky. And yeah, this just kind of ties in the whole look of the top part of my eyes and the bottom part. And then of course, not forgetting the mascara. I'm just getting some mascara onto my lower lash line. I feel like there was one time I did a look where I had nothing on my lower lash line or like the lower part of my eyes, and you guys were like, what have you done? This does not look good. So I always make sure that I make sure I add that on there. And here I'm just getting some Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist on the highlight areas and the All Nighter spray onto the rest of my face. Taking that same Revlon lip liner, I am lining my lips. And I love this. I can actually probably wear this by itself. It's such a beautiful colour. It's probably always in my handbag. I feel like this has been in my handbag for a very, very long time. And I just love it. This is the Stila liquid lipstick. The name of it has literally fallen out of my head. I cannot remember it to save the life of me. But I will leave a link to it and a name to it in the info box below. It's very, very, very similar actually to this Rouge Edition Velvet lipstick from Bourjois. This is just a slightly more like pinker version of it, but I love layering these two together because the Stila lasts forever and this is super comfortable. So perfect pinky combo. Taking my Bombay Collection hair curling tongs and my Elnet hairspray, I am curling all of my hair. I wish my hair took this long to curl, but in reality it doesn't actually take that long. I think my hair probably takes about 12 to 15 minutes to curl and just kind of set everything in place. So this is half of my hair done, and then I did the rest of the other half, which is all straight off camera, and as you can see, this is what it looks like at the end. I just pinned a section of it back and just to give it a bit of a different look, and I'm spraying some of this sparkling soda spray, which is so good. If anyone lives in America, it's honestly one of the best shine sprays I've ever used. And I actually wore the same earrings on the evening as well. I just felt like they went really, really well with my outfit. But this, you guys, is the final look. This is it. I just added my base, changed my lip, added some eyes. This is my amazing outfit from Sherry D, which is by Sharina. Such an amazing designer. This honestly outfit is one of my best and favorite outfits I've ever worn. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I shall see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.